Welcome back. Thanks for staying with us. I'm joined by I'd say an old friend, a longtime friend of mine, Chris Lane, who owns the Culligan dealership here on Hilton Head. Chris, welcome.
Thank you, Daniel.
It's good to see you, man. I haven't seen you for a while. You got the bald head going.
Yeah, we got a little change in hairdo going.
Well, we're here to talk about more specifically your great year in 1985. But before that, just give us a brief background on you.
I moved here in '98. I bought the Culligan franchise on a lucky day, March 17th, 1998. I had a franchise in Endicott, New York. Had sold that. There was some things going on, water wars, and it was a good time to sell there. And I was fortunate, found this one for sale here. The gentleman was ready to retire, so I bought it in '98, and I moved here in March. My family, we finished up school up north in Endicott, New York, and they headed down the 1st of July.
So that's what, 98 you said?
Yeah, 14 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you've been a member of what, Palmetto Hall for most of that time?
Yeah, we bought in Palmetto Hall immediately. I didn't even play the course. I'd heard, what two great layouts they were, what great condition they were, and we got in there, and it's been great. I mean, the members there are great. The golf courses
Two awesome golf courses.
Yeah, they're phenomenal layouts, and just
really
fun to play every time you get a chance to play.
And they're very different. You get
totally different. Yeah.
Two different looks.
Yeah. Very different. Yeah.
Well, it's just so funny. This has probably been 10, 12 years ago. Had some golfing buddies, Bob Delmar and Joe Murphy, who most, if you're on the island and you've been to any bar, you'd probably know Joe Murphy. Joe's been around a long time. We don't call him Joe, we call him Murph.
Yeah.
But they called me up one night and said, hey, we got a new partner to play with us. They said, this guy claims that he won the New York State Amateur Championship in 1985. Well, as it turns out, Chris became one of the guys in our group, and it was pretty obvious the first time I saw him hit a golf ball that this guy wasn't playing around. And in fact, you did win the New York State Amateur Champion in '85.
Yes, I did.
And we got the jacket here, folks, to prove it. We're not. He's not wearing it because it doesn't fit quite as well as it once did.
It's a little tight.
A little tight now.
A little tight.
But tell us about it. Tell us about it.
Well, I just got married in '84 to Ann. Still married to Ann. My caddy at the time was Jeff Turk Russell, who was an absolute character. And the two of them talked me into qualifying for the State Am in '85. In '83, I had been within one shot of lead after 45 holes, and was a second big choke of my career.
Ooh.
I went backwards in a hurry.
On the final day?
No, on the third round, second 9.
Okay.
And
but you got a sniff of
well, yeah. And so in '84, I didn't attempt to qualify. In '85, they talked me into it and went out and I qualified. And it happened to be that Sherry Heath, that was a member at our club, was president of the New York State Golf Association. And he says, Chris, you're going to love this golf course. Ridgemont Country Club in Greece, New York, outside of Rochester.
Ridgemont. Okay.
So I went up there to play. I played a practice round. I shot 73 in a practice round with a triple bogey on the 17th hole. I'd been playing very well. I just missed winning the county amateur the week before. I had won our club championship for the first time at Binghamton Country Club that year.
So the game was tight.
I was playing good, and I had a lot of confidence. And I went out and shot 68 the first day, which was a course record.
That's the course record?
At the time it was.
And I'm sure did that put you in the lead at that point?
Put me in the lead, tied with another very good player from Oneonta. His last name was Schulte, Alan Schulte, who became a pro. I think he's still a pro in upstate New York at Cooperstown, Leatherstocking area. The next day I went out and shot, I was the first one off. I was off at 7:30, the first tee time, and posted that score.
Wow.
Next day I shot 71. The 68, the guy shook my hand when I got done. They said, you turned a 64 into a 68. I didn't miss a green.
Wow.
Didn't miss a fairway.
One of those rounds.
Yeah. And I just, normally a pretty good putter, I didn't make much.
Wow.
But I sizzled the hole a few times. Next day I went out, shot 71, and I think I had a three-shot lead maybe after the second round. Came back with another 71. How do you sleep on
what's that like, to sleep on a 3-shot lead? Or did you, I mean, you're playing well, so you're confident. Did that bother you much? Or?
No, it was, my dad was the one that got me into golf, and he was we had one room, with you know, 2 beds and a roll-out cot for Turk, my dad. I mean, my dad was a thrifty guy, and you know, he'd be up in the morning at 6 o'clock making all kinds of noise, and we're like, we don't have a tea time till 12:30 today. Let's keep it quiet. And it's one of these hotels we're staying in where he's got the door open and the car parked right out front, and he's reading the paper out loud to us, and Turk and I are trying to sleep. I mean, my dad was a character, yeah. So sleeping wasn't an option with him.
Right.
But then the next day, after the 3rd round, Ann was coming up from, she was working, and said, "Don't wake me up, let me sleep."
Yeah.
She woke me up. So, but, you know, we got through it, teed off the next day, last tee time. I think I had, I shot 71 the 3rd round. I had I think a 6-shot lead or 5-shot lead. Yeah. Snap hooked it in the lake off the first tee and almost made par. And the kid that was behind me was Hulbert, not Mike, but his brother John.
Okay.
And he birdied the first hole. So I got to the 2nd tee and reached for my driver. It was the longest par 4 on the course, and Turk had a hold of my driver. He says, "You're not hitting that."
Uh-oh.
So I had driver 5 wood's all I had. I hit 5 wood, you know, hit the next one on the green, and then kind of 4th hole I hit it over the green. I was getting a little pumped up, and par 3, and lost another shot. And then the 5th hole was a par 5, and I just hit 2 really good shots and made eagle.
Made eagle.
Yeah, and then kind of settled.
Tends to get you back
in.
going in the right direction.
Yeah, kind of settled in. Shot 72, won by 7.
Won by 7 shots.
Which is still a tournament record, and probably a hold because now they've gone to match play, and it tied Joey Sindelar's largest winning margin, and Joey's had a 282 total. Joey had a 281 total, is the lowest score ever.
And Joey went on to have a pretty good career.
Yeah, he's still doing well on the senior tour.
Yeah, he really is.
Yeah. Yeah, there's some pretty good names on that trophy.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing. You know, New York it's known for its golf and produced a lot of talent.
Yeah.
So it's not, you know.
Yeah, I mean, Sluman, Hulbert, Sindelar.
It's a prestigious championship.
Yeah, there's some. Donnie Allen, who I don't know if you know Donnie from.
Know the name.
He won 5 times. He won at match play and medal play.
Wow.
He winners here. And I think he plays at Bear Creek still.
Yeah, okay, that's right. Yeah. He does. Yeah.
And
well, Chris, it's in the blood in the Lane family. Your son Christopher, I've known Christopher since he was a little tiny guy.
Yeah.
Not so much anymore.
No.
Christopher is the 2-time Hilton Head Amateur Champion.
Yes, he won in 08 and 2010.
2008, 2010 champion. And then went on to play, was a star at USCB, wasn't
Yes,
it?
yeah, played it.
Sharks.
Yeah, he started out at Hilton Head High School. He was 4-time all-region team at Hilton Head High School from 9th through 12th grade. His senior year, he won about everything. He won the Shark Shootout in Myrtle Beach. He was a Beaufort County Player of the Year.
Right.
And then he went away for a year to Oglethorpe, and that didn't work out, so he came back to USCB. And that was right after he won the 08 championship.
That's right.
And got in there, got in with Shane, and Shane did a great job helping him with his swing.
Shane LeBaron. Yep.
Helping him with his swing and his confidence, well,
they had a good run, didn't they? I mean,
yeah, they went to
competed for the nationals.
They went to 3 national championships. I think they finished 7th, 5th, and 3rd. His last year would have been 2010, 2011. They finished 3rd. They were leading, I think, at the halfway point. Yeah, they had some talent on that team.
Yeah, they really did.
Yeah.
Didn't he finish pretty high up in the individual?
Yeah,
his senior year?
He was. I think he was top. I think he was 9th or 10th or something his senior year.
And I think I remember getting an email from you about every 5 minutes. Christopher just made birdie. Christopher just made bogey. Christopher just made eagle.
Yeah. Well, we had a lot of parents from overseas. George and Jack's parents were overseas.
Right.
So they were on the list, and I was like the roving reporter.
Yeah. You were playing David Fairdy out there.
Yeah. Kept them in tune of how the team was doing, how their kids were doing.
Ron Howard's kid.
Ron Howard's played.
Reed Howard played with them.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the kid is an awesome player, and if you've never seen Chris play, still hits the ball a ton.
Yeah.
And we haven't played in a while, so
No.
maybe this means we need to get out and
let's
and
do it.
get a little Nassau going.
Let's do it.
Well, Chris, thanks for coming in and telling the story. Not very few people can say they got their name on a trophy like that.
Yeah.
It's a pretty cool experience.
Yeah, it's been good for me.
One that you've never let us forget about either. Thanks for joining us,
Thanks
man.
for having
yeah,
me.
come back and see
All
us. If you need water, go to the Culligan Man. That's all the time we have. Thanks to our new sponsor, the Golf Store Outlet, and Chris Hendricks, and we'll see you next week.